All right. Happy Monday. It is officially the kickoff of the week. It is July 19th, 2021. Yes, that is correct. I had to look at my calendar. So, yes, it is July 19th, and we are, we're kicking off the week. And I'm already getting notifications that we are basically, in fact, live. So, that's pretty awesome. Today, I am going to be talking about, in our Monday mindset, that is, we're going to be talking about failing or failure is not an option. It's not an option. We're going to talk about why that's so important, and I'm going to give you some things to think about. So this way here, if you're thinking about, I don't want to do that because I might fail, or I've done that before and it failed, and you have this, less confidence because of those so-called failures, which we're going to talk about what that even means. And I want to kind of get that mindset changed in a sense, or at least think about it differently or frame it differently. So this way here, you're not dealing with negative feelings. Okay. And I know it's easier said than done, and it's something that's not going to happen overnight, but I think if you hear it a little bit more and you surround yourself with those positive thoughts and those positive people, you will probably have a more positive attitude. And I don't know about you, but if you have a positive attitude, you have more confidence, then you can go into whatever you're doing and feel as though you're not going to fail. All right. And again, failure. I want to talk about that. We will here on today's Monday Mindset. So just do me a favor. For those of you that are here live, I want to make sure that we are, in fact, streaming. Can you guys just drop me a quick note? Just tell me if my audio and video is okay. Just give me a thumbs up or something, and then I will go ahead and get started here. Again, these Monday Mindsets are supposed to be quick, right to the point, 10, 12 minutes tops, and then we will go ahead and we'll get out there and crush our week. That's what it's all about. I'm fired up today, too, by the way. I just got back from, where were we? We were in, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. We were in another volleyball tournament, and it was actually really, really fun. And one of the reasons why it was fun was because my father was here visiting what was he here? About 11 days. And he was able to spend the day with us at one of Kayla's beach volleyball tournaments, which was amazing. It's what life's all about. Yes, it's fun to win. Yes, it's fun to compete, but having my father there and having him be able to experience what we're doing on a regular basis is just priceless. So that was awesome. Had a great weekend. It was a lot of fun. And I will say this too. Some of you, maybe, or whoever was watching this or, here live, we did a workshop on Thursday. So before I left, we did a workshop. It was our email list building workshop, which I'm not quite sure if we're going to do again. It was fun. We wanted to see what the results would be and also how it was received. It was received well, but and I'm not going to cover this probably here, but I will cover it inside of Brand Creators Academy just because we're doing a lot of tests and stuff. And this was actually a test to see how well the market was going to respond to this training, and also, how we could go out there and find people that aren't in our audience on Facebook, run some ads, drive it over to our workshop. And then also we made an offer for our email marketing accelerator program, which some of you invested in, which was awesome. But the one thing that blew my mind, and it shouldn't because I'm used to it, man, oh man, I'll tell you what, the people that invested in the program, it happened on the last part of the promotion. So we ended it last night at midnight, and most of the enrollments came in Saturday afternoon and then Sunday. Most of them. It was crazy. Okay. So does email work? Yes, it does. Just another piece of proof there. All right. So if you're not building that list, you might want to start. Okay. All right. And we will be breaking that down inside of BCA. So any BCA members that are here, stay tuned. We are going to be kind of peeling back the curtain there and kind of walking you through what that looked like, and just use it as a test. Okay. All right. So Let's get rocking and rolling. Looks like Karen says, everything's great. Scooby life, all good. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. Awesome. All right, cool. So here we go. We're going to kick this baby off. This is our Monday mindset. Hopefully, I'm going to inject a little bit of energy into your week so we can get out there and make it happen. All right, so here we go. And I do have my coffee this morning, by the way. I didn't have it the other day. This is the coffee talk, and I didn't have my coffee. That's not good. You're not supposed to do that. All right, here we go. All right, guys, welcome back to this episode of the Monday Mindset. And this is going to be all about failing is not an option. Now, listen, if you're brand new to one of these Monday Mindsets or the podcast or the Facebook Live or on YouTube, wherever you're watching this, doesn't really matter. But if you're new, these Monday Mindsets are supposed to be something that can help you right now. And you might want to go back and play some of these in the future. But right now, depending on where you are right now, these are supposed to get you energized, get you pumped up, get you motivated, get you out there to crush your week. All right. So if you're new, welcome. If you're here and you've been here before, thank you. And if you want to hang out with us on a regular basis, head on over to takeactioncrew.com. Again, that's takeactioncrew.com. And you can do that there. And you can watch some of the past coffee talks there too. There's a nice little player there that you can search for all of the topics that we talked about in the past. All right. So these Monday Mindsets, like I said, they're supposed to be quick, right to the point, and we're going to get you on with your week. So today, what I want to talk about is failing is not an option. It's not an option for me. Now, I don't want failure to be an option for you either. Now, I know people say fail and fail fast. I think the word fail and failure is just a negative tone. It's a negative, way of talking about something. Failure to me is, okay, it just did not work and I'm never doing that again. So I failed, I'm moving on, and that's fine. If there's something that you're never going to do again, then you can call it a failure, right? I like to look at it as like it was an experiment. It was a test. I tried something new. It didn't work as planned, but we learned something. That's the key word there. I learned something from that experience, right? So I always bring up lately is this beach volleyball thing because my daughter Kayla, who's 13, is, really, heavily into beach volleyball. And we love it. We're traveling. It's just a great time. But there's a lot of lessons that go into that go into business. It's kind of relatable. Okay. And so the thing is like you go and you play a game or a match or whatever, and you don't win. Did you fail? No, we don't call that you failed. We say you didn't win. So what did we learn from it? Where do we need to improve? Where do we need to practice? Where do we need to focus? And sometimes here's the thing. We got to focus on the simple things, or we need to focus on the mind. Okay. Because if you're in a match and you're getting beat, how do you get out of that negative mindset? Well, it's the same thing in business. Let's say that you ran an experiment. All right. And you're like, I'm going to go ahead and test this and I'm going to try it for, a month, and I'm going to see what happens. At the end, if you didn't get your outcome, is that a fail? Is it a failure? No, it just didn't work as planned. But you learned from that experience. So I want you to go after this week with something that you're going to try and you're going to learn from the action steps that you took. Now, there's a big difference there. Okay. I didn't say go learn something. I talked about this the other day about how, we're all addicted to learning, right? It's like learn. It's like an addiction. No, let's try. Okay. So you're not failing. If you tried something and it didn't work, it didn't fail. There's probably something that came from it that let's turn that into a positive or something that we can build from. You see, that negative attitude of I failed, it just sounds bad. It's like, oh, I failed. It's negative. There's a negative undertone. I talked about this with a couple of parents over the weekend. And, if you have a coach or coaches that are helping your kids or helping you, it doesn't matter what age you are, and they're constantly a negative undertone and there's no positive, reinforcement or positive pickup, Is that really going to make you better? Are you going to make, am I going to make you better by just telling you everything that you're doing wrong? Are we going to talk about, okay, that was good, good try, but now let's look at what you did that we can improve upon. That's what we want to look at. So I don't care. I want you to look at your week of something that you've done in the past that might have been classified as a failure. And let's look at that and really dissect that and go, okay, but really, what did I learn from that? And don't say, oh, I learned it doesn't work. No, you learned something. You learned something about yourself. You learned something about yourself, that something that you put the time and energy into and it didn't work as planned, and how you rebounded from that. And what did you do with that information? You might have even said, you know what, that didn't work. And instead of saying I failed, you say it didn't work. So I found out I don't want to build a business around, I don't know, physical products. I tried it. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. Or I tried to build a business and build a whole bunch of content to build some of these sites that are getting traffic. And I don't want to do that. I would rather go focus on paid traffic and try to build my email list that way and then build my business off of paid traffic. Maybe that's the thing. Okay. But you've learned from that experience. So I want you to take something that you've done in the past that didn't so-called, it didn't work. So it was a failure. I want you to look at that. And I want you to really analyze that in more of a positive light. Okay. In more of a positive light. And I want you to start thinking about everything that you're doing is not about, did I win or lose? It's about, okay, I tried this thing, it didn't work as planned, or I got this result, and what did you take away from it that you can turn into a positive? And if you keep doing that and repeating that over and over and over again, number one, you're retraining your mindset to not be negative. We can't wake up in the morning, oh, what's going to break today? That's just terrible. We've all done it. You wake up and go, oh my gosh, I broke a glass this morning. There's how my day's going to go. That's it. Oh, day's going to be shot. We can't go at life in that way. Okay. Because there's going to be things that aren't going to work. There's probably going to be more things that don't work than actually work. Right. There's going to be times that you try to win at a sport and you just have a season that you're just not going to win. But what did you learn from that? At least now you know what it's like to lose and how to keep yourself positive and motivated and drive you and fuel you to want to get the desired outcome, because it's all about the desired outcome. What are you doing this for? And this could be for anything, but let's just talk about business. What are you creating a business for? If I said, okay, I want you to ask yourself, why are you building a business? And for people, it could be different things. It could be like, well, I want to make a huge impact. And while I'm doing that, I want it to be a business that I believe in and that I love. Someone else could be, I want to build a niche website so I can have passive income that I don't have to be the face of it. And I want to do that. Maybe that's the thing. So that way there I can bring in some income and it can pay my mortgage. Maybe you're just doing this so you can offset your mortgage so you don't have the weight of that, and you can go ahead and say, I'm just going to still do my job because I love my job, but I just want to bring in some extra income. Maybe that's it. Okay. But you need to decide what that is, number one. And then number two, what are the things that you're doing every single day to help you achieve that? And how can you do this where you're constantly doing these tests in a sense to see what's working and what's not, and then learn from that. And we never say that experiment failed, right? It only failed if you're not going to try again, right? And that's all that's going to happen. It might have failed. It didn't work. It didn't work better than it failed. Failed has got such a negative, feeling, but it also has when people hear that, it sounds bad, right? It's negative, right? So, I mean, if I want to get attention, I would say something like, read this if you don't want to fail. Like that would get attention. And then I would pull it in and I'd be like, listen, failure is a word that we all associate with, bad, but actually it can be good. So let's not use that anymore. Let's just say it didn't work or we learned from it, right? If we get out of the negative words that we're putting in our minds, and also the things that we're saying out loud, because saying it out loud makes it real, right? It's going to help you feel better. And if we feel better, we're going to want to show up more and we're going to want to keep trying. And I'll tell you one thing, if you give up, that's when you fail. That's when you fail. Now, I'm not saying you're doing something, you're like, this just isn't for me anymore. You're going to walk away. I don't look at that as, okay, I failed. I tried that. It didn't work. I'm just going to move on. I'm going to take those lessons though. I guarantee that you learned something from those experiences, and you're going to take those and plug them into something else. And I don't care if it's you learned how to build an email list, but you're not now going to use that email list in that business because that business is not going to be a thing anymore. But you learned it, right? You spent money on building your email list. You might have spent some money on some training. You might have spent some money, on your ConvertKit account, whatever. You spent some money. You spent some time. Well, I can take that same information now and bring it over here and start something from scratch and take that with me. So I did not fail. And that did not fail. It just didn't work, right? For you. All right. So change that mindset when you're starting to go down the road of negativity and failure. And I lost, I didn't win, so I'm a loser. No. We're all winners, and we can all win if we just shift that just a little bit. All right. So that's your Monday mindset. Hopefully this has got you fired up. I don't know about you guys, but I'm extra fired up today. What a great day it is, right? And it's raining outside right now, and I'm still fired up because we've got a lot of opportunity out there if we take advantage of it. And if we change this thing right here, and if you guys are listening, I'm pointing to my head, my mind, our minds. We've got to stay positive. How do you do it? Well, you hang around positive people, and you show up here on the podcast, and you show up on our coffee talks, and we'll stay positive together. All right. So guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next episode. And cut. All right, guys. Man, I'm fired up this morning. That was pretty crazy. All right. So that's your Monday mindset. All right. And I meant what I said. And I know we're not like recording for the podcast right now. This is just us kind of hanging out. Man, oh man, I'll tell you what, so many people, they give up even before they give it a chance. And that's because it's negative, right? And sometimes it's the people that you're hanging around with, or the people that you're subscribed to, or the people that are in your circle, right? And my son was over last night, and he was there with his girlfriend, and he was talking to my father, his grandfather, and he met a couple. He met him and his girlfriend. They met this new couple, and they're actually a little bit older. They're in their 30s, and my son's 23 and his girlfriend's 24. And he was like, I really, really like these people. They're good people. They don't have kids yet, but they want kids. And they just got a good head on their shoulders. And he was like, I mean, you always say, Dad, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. He goes, these are good people. And I'm like, I love what you just said. Because it's so true, right? If you want to be negative, hang around negative people. You want to be positive, hang around positive people, right? If you want to, limit the amount of growth you have, hang around with people that are like, oh no, I don't want to do that because, it might work and then that'll change my life forever. And what would I do then? Like, we don't want to hang around that either, right? We want to allow ourselves to have growth, potential, positivity, and just not be a downer, right? Let's not be a downer. All right, guys. So that is it. Like I said, officially, I'm going to sign off here. This is going to end our Monday mindset. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let's see, Wednesday, we are going to be back. And Wednesday, I've got something cool I'm going to be talking about. And this is going to be something I'm calling, I titled it, Creating Niche Properties That Generate True Passive Income. And I'm going to be sharing this with you because, it's something that I am doing currently, and it's also something that I want you to understand this thinking about creating basically properties online, okay? And these properties that can generate passive income. And right now, I'm currently building 2 of them, and actually the third one is in the process. Inside of BCA, we go through these, we share these, and the third one that we're going to be sharing here very soon. But these are what I call niche properties. And we're going to be talking more about those. And yeah, I'm going to share with you guys kind of like my thought process on building these as real estate. All right. So online real estate. So I'll leave it at that. All right. So guys, have an awesome day. Take care. Like I said, take action. Have an awesome day and inject some of that energy in your life, but then also inject it in others. It feels good. It feels good. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you soon.